Up the first candidate for external lens, Sally Ann Tully.
Okay, hi everyone. I'm Sally and this year I'm running for external lens for 2016 and 2017. The standard of events this year was set really high, and I feel if I'm elected that I'll be able to maintain that standard and hopefully make it better for everyone and organise memorable nights out for everyone. I'm a bubbly and enthusiastic person and everyone that knows me knows that I love going out and love organising events. And I would also love the opportunity to organise those events, not just for my friends but for the students of ITTSU. My goal is to organise events that everyone can enjoy and hopefully remember for life. So please vote for Sally for external lens. # let's get rallied.
Okay, so does anyone have a question for Sally? Ein question? We meet tomorrow. Nothing? Okay, well, a big round of applause for Sally. Thank you. Okay, so just bear in mind if anyone can just, maybe have a bit of quiet for the candidates up here because it's very daunting being up here speaking to a large crowd. So next up we have clubs and societies. We have Hugh Breslin. I'd like to welcome you to the stage. Is he here? Do we have a Hugh Breslin? Hugh Breslin is in the toilet. We're going to equality? Okay, so as Hugh Breslin washes his hands, we'll move on to equality. So I'd like to welcome up Amir Ali to have 3 minutes to speak to you, and if you have any questions, please put up your hands. So Amir Ali, thank you.
Thank you for your commitment to this college. My name is Amar Ali, and I'm running for the quality officer for the student union. In the last couple of years, I have been involved with Down Syndrome Ireland and Rialto Community Centre. I have also campaigned for the Yes Equality vote last year. From all of my experience working with these organizations, I know the difficulties that students are facing in college life. And that's why I have decided to run for quality officer to get everyone an equal chance. Let me tell you what are my plans if I get elected. There are lots of students in this college who belong from different nationalities, different part of the world. There are also Erasmus students which are going to come to an environment which they are unknown to, a new environment. I will make sure that they will have an environment that they can be comfortable in, that they can get every opportunity that other students in this college have. In the last couple of years, lots of students are coming back to education. We have lots of mature students in this college who are not engaged to the events, the social events which are taking place in the college. I will make sure that we have events in this college for those students so they can meet each other and make new friends. Last year, Ireland made history by voting yes for equality. I know how it feels because I know how it feels when you get equal chance as others. I will work very closely with the Rainbow Society, making sure that they don't face any problems, and I will make sure that they don't lack fundings. The main thing I will focus is I intend to bring an Irish officer in the college. There are lots of students in this college who are from the Gaeltacht region. When they come to Dublin, they don't know English because it's not their first language. I will make sure that there's an Irish officer in the student union to help those students who are facing difficulties with English for their studies. We will have events in Irish and Irish events. Students with disabilities, while working with Down Syndrome Ireland, I know how these people feel. I know the problems that are faced by people with disabilities. I will make sure that every person with disabilities get equal chance and will have fundings. These are some of my programs that I want to implement if get elected. We want to make IT Tala and College for All, and IT Tala for all. And you can make this possible by voting on Morally on the 9th and 10th of March. Thanks.
Thank you. That was great. I'd like to call up Emma Robinson now for the position of equality. Thank you very much.
I mean, how can I follow that? That was unreal. Well done, Amar. That was great. Okay. So, hi guys, I'm Emma Robinson, and I am running for the position of Equality Officer for the college year 2016-2017. I'm a first year and creative and digital media mature student. I'm also a member of the Rainbow, Radio and Rugby Society within the college. What do I feel qualifies me to be the Equality Officer within ITT? Well, I've always had a huge passion for ensuring people feel equal. I was heavily involved and heavily campaigned and canvassed for Yes Equality Dublin South in the run-up to the marriage referendum. In this time, I was posting daily updates of canvassing on social media, spreading the word to ensure that people knew what we were doing. One of the proudest moments of my life was when the results of the referendum came out, and to feel that I was finally equal was the most amazing experience. And that's how I want everyone in ITT to feel. No one at any stage should feel that they are any less equal than anyone else, especially in education. If I was to be elected as the Equality Officer, one of the first things I would implement is to ensure that the entire student body knows exactly who the Equality Officer is, what their role is within the SU, and what they plan to do for the coming college year. If I am to be elected, I want every student to feel that they can approach me at any time. No issue too big and no issue too small. I am a very approachable person and I'm always very happy to help. I plan to hold bi-monthly and semesterly meetings with class reps because I want to know what you as ITT students want. If elected, I will also set up a purpose-made email where students will be able to contact me at any time. I feel the level of awareness of disability students within this college is not acceptable. Whether it be a learning disability or a physical disability, everyone needs to know what these people go through. That is why, if I am elected, I hope to plan and implement a Disability Awareness Week within the college. Within this week, there will be various activities that students can take part in that will not only provide enjoyment, but will also provide awareness. Some of these activities would be wheelchair basketball and blind football. Of course, there will be much more. I feel that these activities and Disability Awareness Week would be of great benefit to people in ITT. The student services in this college are very good. However, you must have had the relevant testing done. If you've fallen through the cracks in second or third or first level, you won't be able to get student services in this college. You will need to book and source your own test with the Dyslexic Association of Ireland, and the current waiting time is 3 to 9 months, with an assessment fee of €490. I don't know about any of you, but I feel that €490 is not something I could shell out if I wanted a test done, thus leaving them undiagnosed and struggling through college with no support, and that, in my eyes, is unacceptable. If I'm elected, I hope to have a simple in-house test implemented. I plan to work closely with the Education and Welfare Officer in order to do everything I can to get this implemented, as this will make every student equal within their time in education. There are a lot of things in my manifesto I wish to achieve if I'm elected as Equality Officer. To me, every student is equal, whether it be race, ethnicity, sexuality, gender, religion, or age. Doesn't matter. Okay, thank you guys, and remember to vote on Wednesday and Thursday. Thank you.
Okay, so we'll take up to 3 questions. Anyone have any questions? One over here. So we're also going reverse order. I'd like to remind you it's for the position and not for the individual.
Hi there, as the current Equality Officer, I'd like to ask the candidates what you feel is the biggest equality issue that faces the students of IT Tala.
Okay, perfect. So I'm going to give you up to 1.5 minutes to answer, to 2 minutes. That's depending how you get on, and we're going to go reverse order. So I'd call Emma up first.
I currently feel the most difficult thing in the college at the moment is the learning disability. I feel that everyone should be on equal footing. It shouldn't matter whether you've had a test done or not. I think you should be able to just get a simple test done within the college and not have to go through the Dyslexic Association of Ireland. I feel the college should be able to help with this, and I feel that we should be able to all be equal and be able to avail of the student services.
Michael, lots of students came to me and asked me that they are having difficulties in learning English and disabilities of learning. So the main problem is that we should give opportunity to everyone, an equal chance to get their studies done and have a good environment in the college during their life of studies. So what my intention is to get everyone an equal chance. I will not discriminate anyone on the basis of anything. I want everyone. And that's not the problem, that if somebody's having one problem, that we'll neglect the other one. We have to give everyone an equal chance. And that's what I'm standing for, an equal chance for everyone in IT Tala. Thanks.
Yes. Any other questions? Yeah.
All right, hi guys, so both of you have raised issues that will require funding to achieve. How are you going to get the funding you need to actually meet these requirements in your manifestos?
Good question. Okay, and we'll go Amar and Emma.
We should not let funding be a barrier to our equal Tala. We should work with the student union, get fundings, because everyone in this college pays their fees and they have the right to get all those funding from the government or any institute to get equal rights and equal. My thing is for an Irish officer, we need an Irish officer because it's a barrier of learning for lots of people. I need fundings for disabilities because it's a barrier for learning. So I think so the student union and I will work together to overcome these problems and get the fundings. That's why we are being elected, to represent the people's problem in the student union. So we should not get funding as a barrier to an equal IT Tala. Thanks.
Of course, funding in the college is always an issue, especially with the recession. The funding has always come down. There's always ways of raising money. If students all band together, we could always do fundraisers to raise money to do anything, especially when it comes to equality. I feel that things are really important to put ahead of other aspects in the college. Whether it means actually taking funding away from another aspect of the college to make sure a student is equal, I feel that that should absolutely be done, and everything should be done to raise these funds.
And I will take the final question, if there's one out there. Behind me, to the right of me. No one? Going once, going twice, gone. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, do we have a Hugh Breslin in the house? Hey. So I'd just like to welcome up Hugh Breslin for Clubs and Societies. I see you brought everyone. Okay, so Hugh, you'll have 3 minutes to speak. I'll give you 30 seconds notice, and then you'll have up to 3 questions.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. So my name's Hugh Breslin. I'm a second-year electronic engineering student, and I've been the Clubs and Societies officer on the Students' Union for the past year. I feel that I've accomplished quite a lot in my time on the union and made some very positive changes. I don't want to focus on them, I want to focus on what I want to do next year and give you next year. So one thing I've noticed is that in this day and age, in a modern society, we still use a pen and paper to sign up people to clubs and societies. I tried to change this year by bringing in an online form. It worked out very well, but the college weren't happy with its security. I'm going to work with them to ensure that we have an online portal for people to sign up to clubs and societies. We also only have on the college website, under the sports and recreation section, the only contact details you can get for a club or society is a name and a phone number. I want to change this and bring onto the Students' Union website, which will be launched in September, an online portal detailing what each society does, its aims and goals, who the contact person is and when they meet. I think this will reduce the effort and the awkwardness of trying to join a club or society, because you can see what they're doing. You don't have to ask and wonder, oh, do they participate in this? Do they have this event? You will just know. I also want to bring in an online calendar of events. This year we had, in some cases, 3 bake sales on one day for different clubs and societies. Having an online calendar will allow us to know when an event is happening and how to stop any conflict between events. So there'll be no competing events running on the same day. This will also mean students can be informed of when an event is running. We've had campaigns in the past that students don't know are on the same day as other campaigns. This will change because students will be able to see what's going on, and clubs and societies will be able to schedule their events better and know that there won't be a conflicting event. I also want to bring in the ability for part-time students and alumni students to be members of clubs and societies. At present, a part-time student can join a club or society, but they don't know how. They get charged an extra fee, but it's not broadcast to them or shown to them on their induction days that they can do this. I want to bring in the service and work with the part-time office to show that the part-time students can sign up to clubs and societies. Alumni students are a very big asset to societies because they have moved on from college into the workplace. If they're allowed to join societies such as our Engineering Technology Society and the likes of our Radio Society, they can be involved and bring job opportunities to the students who are members of those societies. This will allow them to bring a lot more to the table and also increase the membership in our societies. And finally, speaking of events, as I mentioned previously, I want to set up event targets with clubs and societies. This means no event will fall by the wayside and not be acknowledged by them. It's happened time and again that events have been planned and then been put off because they've been forgotten about. I want to ensure this doesn't happen again. I'd like to thank you all for listening to me, and remember to get out and vote on Wednesday and Thursday and vote Hugh Bresson number 1 as your Clubs and Societies officer.
Any questions for Hugh? Any questions at all? You got off lightly, Hugh. Well done. All right. Each candidate will have 4 minutes to speak. I'll give them 30 seconds notice, and they'll have 3 minutes then or 3 questions then afterwards. First up, we have Aisling Cusack.
Hi everyone, I'm Aisling Cusack, your current Deputy President for Education. I'm a business management graduate and I hold a first-class honours degree. I put my heart and soul into my education as a student, and I've done the exact same for you this year as your Education Officer. I truly believe my work to date and what I have planned to do next year if elected make me the only deserving candidate for this position. I'm the first Education Officer in Tallaght to change the academic policy. I successfully proposed that even if you fail an exam in your final year, if your GPA is already above the threshold of 2.5, you'll get your honours degree after passing your repeat. Currently, the college will only give you a pass degree if you fail an exam at all in your final year. It's unjust, it's unfair, and it needed to be changed. My proposal was passed at Academic Council last week, a major success for students of this college. Now I sit on a committee where we'll fine-tune the criteria and hopefully have this implemented as soon as possible, alleviating the pressures put on final year students to pass everything at first attempt. I don't plan to stop here though. If re-elected as your Education Officer, I want to introduce a carry-fail, where students can continue into the next year of their course even if they fail a module. In the history of ITTSU, there has never ever been a class rep for every single class in the college. Through my experience, I have identified why this is and how to fix it. I will introduce a What's a Rep Gotta Do campaign in the first week of September so students know exactly what the role entails. This will give them the information they need so they can be prepared to run for the position once recruitment begins. I will use the entire Students' Union team to carry out in-class elections, making it easier to capture every class in the college. It will be the biggest recruitment drive the college has seen, resulting in the largest class rep council ever, giving the students a stronger voice, because it is essential that we are your voice and fully committed to working on behalf of your wants and your needs. With the introduction of 80 new computers that I've pushed for into Premier House in just 2 weeks, and an investment of €23,000 into the library books, which I've lobbied for, it is important that we strive to tackle new issues instead of lingering on what has already been done. I will bring the second-hand bookshop online, and students will be able to see the books available, their condition and cost. They can then reserve books and collect them when they want to. Students will be able to avail of this service during evenings and weekends too. I'll establish a grinds register where students who are competent in their area of study and have a strong exam record can tutor their peers who are struggling. This will be a great way for students to get the help they need while at the same time providing a route to extra income for tutors. I want to ensure students know how to best portray the skills they acquire in college to prospective employers. I will start a Graduate to Work week in the first semester so that you're well prepared for any interviews you may be doing in the second. This will include Dress for Success, interview skills which will help you know what kind of body language to use to make yourself come across as the best candidate for the job, Ace That Aptitude workshops, as graduate programs are increasingly using aptitude tests as part of their application process, and of course CV workshops. I will also bring in influential guest speakers who have leading roles in large companies, as well as work with the welfare officer to find guest speakers who can motivate students. In addition to this, I've already begun talks with heads of departments about getting in companies to hire new graduates. To bring you to my final point, we need to talk about exams. The experience and knowledge I have in this area will enable me to help students with the assistance they need before and after exams. I've already expressed dissatisfaction with repeat and deferred exam results being released on the first day of term. Due to lecturers' working calendar and their holiday entitlement, exam results cannot be released any earlier than the first day of term. To combat this, I want to propose that we begin term on the Tuesday rather than the Monday, so students can access the results on the Monday and avail of services such as the counselling service, the chaplaincy service, the registrar's office, the students' union, and meet with their lecturers to discuss results if needs be. To wrap this up, I believe the work I have carried out to date has always been in the students' best interests. I genuinely care about the students in this college and want to ensure students are treated fairly and given the best opportunity to excel in their education. I want to thank you all for listening and ask you to vote Aisling Cusack to be re-elected as your education officer on Wednesday and Thursday. Thank you.
And I'd like to welcome Rob Hardy to the podium. Take it away.
Thanks very much.
Thank you. Come on, everyone.
Hello everybody, my name is Rob Hardy. I'm in fourth year, my final fourth year in Sports Science and Health. From my experiences in the college and students around me, their experiences, I've kind of noticed a lot of issues and kind of problems in IT Tala that students want to fix. So basically the issues I think mainly arise from poor communication, poor organisation and kind of a lack of someone to stand up and take control of the situation. So I kind of guided my points in my manifesto basically around simple things that I have control over and that I can actually implement myself. So firstly, I was looking at class reps. This year and the 4 years I was here, class reps have been basically non-existent. So really what I want to do is basically make class reps make class rep in every single class so they have a place to voice their opinions, and it'll be an easy communication platform through lecturers, students and then to the SU. Then leading on from this is basically just the systematic assignments. So basically, all your assignments aren't coming in at 1 week. Everybody has that week in college where you're just stressed up to your eyeballs and you're just really find it hard. So I wanted that the class rep kind of organise with the lecturers the systematic assignments that everybody just doesn't have that 1 week that catches up on them. Then around exam time, I want to be actually available all the time. So when you come out of exams, I want people there approaching you, asking you how your exams went. Is there anything that can actually be done to help you straight away? That when you go through a bad exam, you just want to go home, not think about it, and then you let it leave. So I want to kind of nip it in the bud straight away. Then onto library. I know from sports science there's a serious lack of research papers, so that'd be one thing. I know I'd talk to Philip in the library and really push for more investment in research papers. With the book sales, people don't really know what books are on sale over in the SU as such, so I just make a simple Facebook group, a forum that people can go online and see, can I get a book from my course, real simply online. Then I'd look for class timetables. Class timetables have been such an issue over my 4 years. Every single week, there's a week lost in the first semester of every year I've been in college. And that, on education purposes, that's a week lost, 2 weeks gone of your education that you pay for a year. So that should be really just cut out. I started first year and I was told, you don't bother coming in for your first week. And I think everybody's kind of told that. So that should be really just simply put, organised. Someone has to go upstairs and just go, right, this has to be done this way, and fix that once and for all. Then going for classroom size, if you talk to any of the girls in social care. There's about 70 girls, men and women in them classes, and they're being put in rooms for 35 rooms squeezed into the room. That is just not on. Like, people cannot be educated in rooms that small. And also, that's a fire safety hazard. So they actually shouldn't be even in them rooms. So that should be cut as well, straight away, sorted. And then finally, the Premier House. I know I've been in Premier House for most of my 2 semesters in my last year, and there hasn't been one computer. Wi-Fi didn't work for the first semester, only Wi-Fi is in the second semester. And it's just actually lunacy that a third level education has no computer, no printer for 1 semester, and no Wi-Fi. And if that stuff is allowed to go on, I'd just be able to basically stand up and go, this can't be done. A third level education just can't let this go on. And basically I'd finish up as, I'll put everything into it, I'll put all my hard work in, and I'll put my hand up if anything goes wrong. Vote Rob Hardy for Education Officer.
Any questions for the candidates? Yeah, yourself? With blue, yeah. You were just up here a while ago.
Yeah, there's been a lot of discommunication, I think, from what people want the plan to do and what's already being implemented. How do you expect to do these things if they're coming in the next couple of weeks to both candidates?
Yeah, so we'll go Rob and then Aisling. Go first. Can I ask you to repeat the question?
So what do you mean implement in the next few weeks?
As in, like some of the issues that you just talked about there, yeah, they're good issues that need to be addressed, but if they're being addressed already at the minute and there's actual plans and actions in place, and if they're and this goes for both, and if they're conflicting with what other officers or other positions are trying to put forward, how is this going to be clear? At the minute it just sounds very confusing, that like one wants to implement something that's already happening.
Yeah, well, that wasn't clear beforehand. So basically Premier House has been gradually getting funds, and it's just been slowly. So basically at the start of last year, students just shouldn't have been allowed in there, first of all. So they're gradually putting in computers, and gradually, but there should have been just someone to say, no, that isn't on. There hasn't been an influx in students. So why were people sent over there this year when we still have the facilities here to cope with them?
Thanks for your question. I hope if all of you do read my manifesto, you can see that there's no confusion. I think my experience in the role outlines that I know exactly what the role entails and what is happening currently in the college. I am aware that there currently aren't computers in Premier House, but they will be there. In 2 weeks' time, they're going to be installed in Premier House. I have pushed for this. I said I would push for it last year, and I've pushed for it this year, and it is happening. I can't pluck money from the sky. That's just not feasible. It's never going to happen. Nobody can. But I can continue to push management in this college to put money where it's needed. In terms of implementing, not having, why put people in Premier House if the resources aren't there? Computers weren't there. Resources were still there. Classrooms were there. Not every course requires a computer for students to learn, and we can see that in several of the classrooms on campus here in the main campus. So of course, I think opening up Premier House when it was due to open, I went over there during last summer and I seen it and I thought it looked great. It opened on time when it should have opened. We needed to free up classes here. There was overcrowding here. The college has done the best to fix that problem by quickly moving students over to Premier House, although there was no computers there. But it did fix the problem of having students on campus here in crowded classrooms, which will hopefully, as I am aware, is still an issue for some courses, will be fixed, and I will do my best to do that. Thanks for your question.
We'll take a second question. Question to my blind side, come on.
as Rob was saying, last semester when I came in, like there's about 60 or 70 in our class, and I had to actually sit on the floor like of a classroom. But then again, it's like I don't think a lot of the students want to be excluded over the Premier House. Sometimes like it's about 20 minutes before we can even get an internet connection over there. So there may be computers over there which our tutor can't like log on to, like our lecturer can't log on to actually get the lesson down, like, and then we're constantly moving around. So I use like going to push for a good Wi-Fi signal, because this is an Institute of Technology and it has the worst Wi-Fi signal ever.
Okay, so I suppose the question's around getting better services. And
Sorry, it's
resources,
more
yeah.
aimed at like we can't even go into the library and get a book, like, and even if I go to Tala Library, I can't get a social care book whatsoever. And you know yourself, I've been over trying to buy books, and I know a lot of social care students don't sell their books, but it's very hard and they're very expensive. Like it's €80 for one book, like, and no one's going to sell it. Like, so you're going to like push for social care.
Okay, so I'll get Aisling first and then Rob.
Thanks for your question, Maria. First of all, you talked about how you feel excluded getting pushed over to Premier House. I have had class reps come to me, and there were social care students who were over there for most of their working week in the college. I didn't agree with it, and I did go to Angela Feeney, who's the head of the department for that course, and it has now been changed. First of all, when I went and asked it to be changed, I was told that it was going to be changed for second semester. That's what I was told. Then second semester started, and I found out that it wasn't fixed. So there, I've proved my consistency that when something doesn't work, after I've asked for it, I go again and I ask again. Now, social care classes have been moved back over here, and they have shortened the amount of stay they have in Premier House. In terms of Wi-Fi connection, there has been absolute terrible stuff going on with Wi-Fi the last 3 to 4 weeks. I have been told this. I'm not a technician, so I don't actually understand the ins and outs of all that kind of thing. But I have met with the computing services staff, and they have told me that it is now fixed and up and working better. Although, in saying that, I have expressed only the other day on a committee that I sit in that it's not good enough. Students want to be able to use their Wi-Fi for WhatsApp, Facebook Messenger, and Snapchat and stuff during your breaks. The Wi-Fi currently doesn't really have that kind of speed. It's a joke. I actually told them that when I come into work, I turn my Wi-Fi off sometimes. Because it is too slow, and I need to be able to talk to students quickly on Facebook Messenger, because that's what a lot of people prefer to use. So I am banging on doors, and I really am trying to get it fixed. I can only tell you, Maria, that I will continue to work hard to try and fix that issue, because I do see it as a very big one. Thanks.
So basically with Premier House, I've had first-hand kind of problems with it. I have 2 classes this semester. All my basic classes are over in Premier House. And with Wi-Fi, we didn't have until Christmas. Now it works, so fair enough, that's kind of ticked. Then when you look at food, there's basically no facilities for food, first of all. So there's small little snacks and little chocolate bars in the corner. Your man doesn't start till 10. You know, it's a third level education. I don't know, should there be better food, like to fuel your students? You know, like not chocolate bars, but an actual proper bit of grub there at an affordable rate. That's kind of part of education as well, because you can't be coming out of classrooms. I'm over there for 4 hours straight, and there's only a coffee stand with a bit of chocolate. You know, there should be better facilities pushed over there. Like students shouldn't be there. And then when you come to parking and such, there is parking, but students aren't allowed it. And then with classroom sizes, social care of 70, there's 2 rooms over there that can actually fit social care, and there's about 5 rooms in the college that can fit use. So when timetables are being made, you should only be put down for them 7 classes. And that's when I say timetables, that should be just sorted now in this summer. Use them 7 rooms, no other room. Problem solved.
And this is the final question, we'll take it. No? Okay, thank you very much. Cheers. And last but not least, well, I'd like to welcome up the candidate for President, Jessica Wall. So Jess will have 5 minutes to speak, and I'll take 3 questions. Thank you, I'll give you 30-second notes as well.
Thanks. Hey everyone, I'm Jessica Wall and I'm rerunning to be your Student Union President for the academic year 2016-2017. I've just graduated after studying business management here for 4 years. I was the first female chairperson of the College GAA Club and of course I'm your current Student Union President. It's an absolute honour for me to represent students of IT Tala on a daily basis, and I strongly believe that the experience of the past year, along with my passion, dedication and commitment to the role, truly make me the best candidate. I'm confident that I've built up the strong relationships with both the students and the staff of the college, and this will enable me to give you, the students, the best experience possible during your time here. I'm now going to talk you through some of my main manifesto points for the coming year, and if re-elected, I intend to hit the ground running with the new Student Union team in order to achieve them. I'm currently working on some projects which I hope to see happen soon, one of which is the introduction of a distinct ITTSU website. There's a lot of background work which goes into creating a website, but it's something I intend to continue working on and hopefully deliver. As a slight alternative, I've written an article for the local Intala magazine every month since I started last July, which includes updates on all events and campaigns, as well as pictures and updates on the clubs and societies in the college. This is a great way of promoting our college and the Student Union, but this could be done a lot better through a separate Student Union website. I intend to continue working with management to come up. I feel that support in terms of professional skills, especially for those due to graduate, is extremely important. Having recently been in the situation myself, I came up with the idea of introducing the college's first ever Upskill Week. This will be taking place in early April, and I've been working with the Careers Guidance Officer to organise this. It will include workshops and talks which will benefit students across every year and department. I've also built up strong relationships with local businesses this year, and I intend to continue working with the different companies in the area in order to get as many students employed as possible. Clubs and societies for me are one of the most important aspects of student life here, and in IT Tala I always admire the time and effort that students put into running them. This year I've enjoyed every minute of working with the numerous clubs and societies. At the moment I'm working on a big campaign which is the introduction of gender neutral bathrooms to the college. I'm working alongside the Rainbow Society on this, and we hope to have at least 2 installed on campus by the end of this semester, which would be a massive achievement for all. Going forward, if re-elected, I plan to use the connections I've built with local businesses. We've built them this year, and to help get sponsorship and funding for your club and society. As for my own experience, I know how much of a struggle and challenge this can be. This year in terms of events, I've learned an awful lot, and I really feel this will benefit me greatly next year if I'm re-elected as president, as I'll be able to use the experience I gained to help guide the new team. There was a high level engagement this year with our events, which was proved when we raised over €2,000 for the Peter McVerry Trust during Social Justice Week. If re-elected, I plan to hold a lot more on-campus entertainment, because I witnessed on many occasions how a buzz on campus can positively change many students' days. Anyone who knows me knows exactly how approachable I am, and I believe this will greatly benefit me as your Student Union President again, because I'm easy to talk to and always up for a chat. If re-elected, I plan for a higher level of engagement from the Student Union team, and with the Premier House building now open, I intend for there to be a stronger Student Union President over there too. Another plan of mine for next year is to revamp the Mez area. The Student Union building this year has been its busiest ever, and it's simply not a big enough area for the large amount of students in this college. I intend to make the Mez area another space for students to chill out during breaks from class by adding some sofas and beanbags, while still keeping it an area for having lunch. As we all know, the college is due to merge with DIT and IT Blanchardstown. I currently represent you on the governing body of the Institute with Michael, and I also sit on a steering group with members of both DIT and ITB. I attend all meetings and ensure that our student voice is heard in terms of the merger. I also meet with student union presidents in both college in the hope of keeping our independence when the merger does come into effect. If re-elected as your president, this will remain a priority for me next year, and I will continue lobbying to ensure that we are not forgotten throughout the whole merger process. For anyone that was here to experience the issues we've had in the past with the canteen, I'm sure we can all agree that there's been a massive increase in its standards. This year, I've maintained a close relationship with canteen management, and positive changes have been made as a result. I organised for the canteen sandwich bar to stay open until 3:30 every day as opposed to 3 p.m. And if re-elected as your president, I will listen to your requests and bring them to the attention of canteen management. Other colleges in the country have faced canteen price increases up to 10%, and we have not faced any, and if re-elected, I intend to keep it this way. Finally, I believe that I should get your #1 vote for president this coming year because I still have the same passion and energy for the role that I've always had. I'm extremely committed to any project I take on and I don't leave things unfinished. I really feel that I've been totally honest with you here today with my plans and ideas because there's no point in me standing up here promising things that I know won't happen. Each idea is achievable and I hope I get the chance to be your student union president and continue to represent you because it's honestly such an honour for me. So I'm asking you all to vote Jessica Wall #1 on Wednesday and Thursday to re-elect me as your student union president for a second term. Thanks.
Any questions? I remind you as well that it's towards the position and not the candidate. So I think Hugh had a question.
Hi, okay, so do I have to say the candidate or can I just say Jess?
Surprise me. Say candidate.
Okay, what are the candidates going to do to address the severe fall this year in student engagement with events?
Hang on.
Yeah, work with it.
This year with events, I think it's easy for anyone to say, oh look, it's easy to do that, it's easy to walk in the door, but I know from experience from getting in there, there's an awful lot involved in planning events and campaigns. It was Unfortunately for us this year, we are 2 members short for the first semester, which was extremely difficult for us to work with that. And I think going forward, I have the experience now. I know exactly how to delegate tasks to the rest of the team and ensure that there's other members and different crews on board to help us out with events and campaigns in order to get as much engagement as possible, because we all know how important it is to get the right balance between your studies and your social aspect of college.
Any other questions? Any other ones? No? Yeah, very lucky. Well, thank you very much, Jess. Jess for president. There you go.